Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Tal Uno LX, and probably one of the probably lesser used features, but which is really good, which is the service control. So this is an initial patch. We're just going to make a few adjustments to this. I'm going to have this on square. Sorry, fiddly with the mouse. So if we go into our VCA here and switch this to envelope, I'll explain why in a sec. In fact, I'll explain now. I won't turn. I'll leave this on gate because this is default, right? So the envelope doesn't have any effect on the sound. It's just on and off. If we go into service control here, this is very cool. Now, what we can do is change. Let's put the intensity up so you hear the effect. If we play a note here, now it doesn't matter if it's on your maximum 12, you'll still only got the 6 voices here that you can play with. So if we press a note here and it's just mono, I'm just going up and down the key. But if I play 2 notes or 3, but if I play chord, if I play 4-note chord, if I play 6 notes, you'll see they'll all right up. Now, so select the first one, for instance, the first one we play. Let's change the cutoff on that one note. Okay, so you've heard that, right? Now, if I play the other note, this, let's take that up a little bit. Let's change cut off on this. Now I'll just close this a sec. This is going to impact on how the filter is set as well. So, and we'll also now switch this onto envelope. So all right, so if we go back into our, let's turn it up a little bit as well. Let's go back into service center. This is the pitch, so you can detune it slightly. Now this is how you can set it up for it to be more, because this is a DCO, digital controls oscillator. It won't go out of tune. The voices are held in tune, but old analog synths did drift a little bit, and this is where you can emulate the drift a little bit, yeah. So let's have them slightly out. Now the ADSR here is, you need to have the envelope switched on, obviously, and it will impact how the ADSR behaves at each note as well. So more snappy, less snappy. So fast attack, fast decay, no release. See, even though we have release on this, no release on this one, but we do want a bit of release, right? Panning is also very cool. If we pan this hard left and this one hard right, don't forget they're slightly out of tune as well. So if we reset those to be in tune, and let's set the attacks and stuff the same. But if we play a chord, we can set up the different pitches and stuff for each note. So I'll have these slightly drift and slightly panned. Let's do these ones. So maybe make a few adjustments to the cutoff on all of them. if we're going to be playing kind of keys and things, and we'll have it all slightly out of tune, not a lot. You can see how much you're going there. Maybe adjust the attack for some of them as well. Maybe have some of them really kind of mellow. Don't forget, it's all going to be related to this. And let's carry on panning this stuff around a little bit. So now we've made quite a few changes, and this is the kind of, this is a randomized, but we won't mess with that. So if we have one of those notes with the cutoff fully open, you hear that, right? Now, if you have all these hard band left and right, the effect is really quite nice. Would be for certain things. For example, if we're playing, but you wouldn't kind of want it that much. So if we just set this like woof, so that it's just slightly panned, you won't really notice a massive difference. They're all slightly out of tune as well. The envelopes are all slightly different. We can make some further adjustments to this as well. And Watson's having a freak out in the background. That sounds quite nice. So if I hit OK now, and let's make some sort of adjustments to the rest of it, we can make ourselves quite a nice patch. So let's see, let's bring up our pulse width. Let's adjust this a little bit, and it will still be impacted by what's going on in the service control area. Let's give it some reverb. Let's do this. Let's bring up our LFO a little bit here. And our rate. And I'm just going to set that to manual, so it only works when our trigger comes on. So we want the amount to be less than that. Okay, I'm just gonna MIDI learn this. So hit MIDI learn. I'm gonna hit LFO trigger and move my mod wheel, because this doesn't have it. The Tal Uno LX, the original, you know, the Juno 60 never had a mod wheel, but it did have this LFO trigger button. So now I'm controlling this with my. Let me just switch MIDI learn off, because I'll MIDI learn everything else. Those extra sound effects were Watson. Give it a little bit of unison. So the effect is now more analog than it originally would have been. We could probably bring back in a bit of sub now. So I've got my pitch wheel connected for some of the DCO, so we can go up in 2 steps. God, it's so complicated. It's tricky setting this, not complicated. But if I want it to be, I'm gonna have to be really. If I want it to be 2 semitones, you have to be really slow. So just get it somewhere close. We we can also have the pitch wheel impact the filter as well. Or just impact the filter and not the... Let's give it a little bit of delay, why not? Hey, while we're here. Bit of feedback. And make it a little bit stereo for fun. Have the velocity affect the whoa, that level. I've gone too far. Right, so there you go. Service control, brilliant. Just play a chord or whatever, and what lights up, you can then tune away and make all sorts of cool. I mean, you can even go a little bit further, and you'll still get a decent sound, you know. So. Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And consider becoming a Patreon or making a donation of some description or a super thanks. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. This was Tal Uno LX and a look at the service control, which is probably quite often overlooked, but is a great way to dial in a little bit more of your analog vibe to your patch. Quite a nice sound. So I think I shall save it. So what shall I call it? Let's see. I've got a few patches here already. I will call this I don't know. Mellow. It's a mellow brass. It's a mellow square. That'll do for now. We'll hit save. Boink. And now if I look in my TSTR folder down here, there it is, mellow square. Excellent. So if I go to this one and then go to, there it is. Sorry. Right, anyway, brilliant. Top job, cool beans. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.